It is the first day at the University of Law. The professor enters the class, imposing an aura of respect. He looks at the students and walks firmly to the one sitting in the front desk. With a commanding voice, the professor demands to know the student's name. The student responds that his name is Nelson, to which the professor points to the door and says, "I want you to get out and never come to my class again." All the other students are baffled at what just happened. Nelson looks around confused, but he gets startled as the professor slams his fist into the desk and says, "I said I want you out right now." Nelson gets up and walks out. The professor looks around at the class and sees the faces of the students who are in shock. He waits a little bit and then begins the lesson. He asks, "Why do we have laws in our society?" A couple of students summon the courage to answer, "So that we may have order in our society." "No," says the professor. "To fulfill the will of the lawmaker." "No," says the professor. "So that the people who do wrong get to be punished for their action." "Absolutely not. If you don't know the answer to this question, you do not belong in law school." "Does no one know the answer?" Finally, a student from the back manages to say with a timid voice, "So that there is justice in society." Finally, I have an answer. Justice. But what is justice? All the students are visibly shaken. They are clearly intimidated by the teacher, and they're afraid that they're going to snap at them next. However, they keep answering. To protect human rights. "That's a nice observation," says the teacher, "but I want a more detailed answer." "To differentiate between good and wrong. To protect innocent people from others who want to do harm." The teacher smiles, takes off his glasses slowly, and starts to clean them. He then looks at the students with a kinder expression and concludes, "So you do have an understanding of why we have laws. Even though you haven't read my books yet, you have ingrained in you the concept of fairness, and you understand why that needs to be protected. So I will ask you a question. Was it fair when I kicked Nelson out of the class? Would you consider that I have done an injustice upon him?" The students all respond with a resounding yes. You have been unjust to Nelson. To which the teacher slams his fist into the desk once again and asks, "Then why did none of you say anything about it? Why did you not stand up in the face of injustice? If you will not defend your rights, if you will not defend your dignity, why would you expect that someone else will?" This university has clear written rules. You have all paid a lot of money to be here. You have passed exams and you have passed interviews. You have proven that you are the brightest and you have proven that you are some of the best this nation has to offer. As such, it is your right to be in this class. By kicking Nelson, I have violated his right, and by extension, I am threatening your rights as well. If some of you would have spoke out when the rules were on your side, I would not have been able to kick Nelson. But because all of you were cowards, I could now systematically kick every single one of you because I know all of you are weak and pathetic. Why do we have rules and laws if you do not have the will to enforce them? Laws are just words written on a piece of paper. They are meaningless unless people are willing to defend them. If you know that a rule is just and protects you, that you have an obligation to defend anyone who has his rights violated. If I can kick one of you and get away with it, what would stop me from giving you grades based on how much money you put in my pocket? What would stop me from failing any of you just because I feel like it? I know now that you are weak and pathetic and you are pushovers, so I can do to you whatever I want because you are allowing me to. Never be silent again when your rights are being threatened, because if you do not defend your rights, you lose your dignity. And you should never negotiate when it is about your dignity. Now go bring Nelson back to the class. I found this to be quite interesting, which is why I decided to make a video about it. It shows the European version of where human rights come from. In the United States, based on the Constitution, human rights come from the Creator. The European version comes from the French Revolution, which believes that the people take their rights. Rights do not come from the government, not even in the European school of thought. They come from the will of the people to give themselves those rights and to protect those rights from oppression. And those rights exist only as long as people have the will to defend them. The moment people do not care when they see others around them being persecuted unlawfully, unjustly, and allowing said persecution to happen, is the moment people give away their rights, and with their rights, they also give away their dignity. And once the dignity is being given away, it is very difficult to take it back again. Now, I know this has mucho texto in the video. It would have probably been better if I would have kept it a little bit more short. Yeah, hopefully someone that really likes it might animate it. Maybe I can make like a TikTok video or something. But it was quite eye-opening when I heard it the first time, and I really liked it, so hopefully you guys will like it as well. And if heaven forbid you want to support this channel, then please consider sharing this video around, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't really like me that much anymore. Or if you're really desperate and seeking some buyer's remorse, you can consider throwing me a cup of coffee. There's a pinned comment into the comment section, and you have a link there where you can donate whatever you want. But anyway, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the comment sections. Take care.